the network studio to another stream. Today, we're back in the city. You're probably wondering why I'm in this house. I actually just curiously happened to like fly over this house, but from behind, and then realised that this place didn't have any windows at the back. So I've just put some in. I haven't done the upstairs ones yet, but I've done the downstairs ones for now, and it makes the house look entirely better. Like, I don't know about you, but just makes them look a bit better in my opinion. I definitely feel that we might do something here, maybe, like another window wise. Not entirely sure. Not even sure like how far back the garage is gonna go, if it's gonna like go the full length for the house, or if it's only gonna, for example, come like to here and then go across there, if you get me, and then like this'll be part of the house, or you know, I'm not exactly what you would call entirely sure. So I'm gonna leave it for now. It wasn't even my house. I thought it looked awful without without windows at the back there, which is quite, you know, a little bit annoying, if you ask me. It just looks so nice and beautiful.
13 and that's good.
There's quite a good, decent amount of detail in there. And guys, we are nearly at the end of this road, look. This road is nearly complete at this side. Obviously, we still need to sort out the school and everything, possibly put some more houses here. And we need to go ahead and still sort some more stuff out there. We've nearly got the grass filled in here. We're getting there with this, you know. This is a slow project, this neighbourhood area, but we are slowly but surely getting there. There is definitely things still to do, obviously, as you can see, but, you know, we are slowly taking it and, you know, like cracking through it, and it's going really well. So we're kind of juggling two jobs at the moment now, guys, in terms of real life. Now, I'm still doing my main job, which you guys know is obviously TV and aerial fittings. But if you guys don't know, about a couple of weeks ago, we were like really quiet, which technically means that no one was ringing in for jobs, and you know, some days we'd be sat about all day just waiting for the phone to ring for a job to come. So my dad applied for one of them career jobs, you know, where you go like round delivering like parcels, what people have like ordered off eBay and Amazon, and you know what I mean, and like all people's like online internet shopping packages. And pretty much he got the all clear for that. He got the job, and we got a little bit more busier with the aerial side again, meaning that more jobs came in that side again. We started to, you know, get a teeny little bit more busier, you know, people ringing in, people's aerials not being right, and stuff like that. But he's also been ill, which means he's not been working at all. And now all of these parcels have come in, and he's kind of having to try and juggle the two. He's kind of just sort of starting to do like basic bits of work for the aerial side, and we're getting quite busy with them. And now the parcels have come in, so I've been going around and helping him today, delivering some parcels. It's quite easy to do actually. Once you get the hang of the machine, it's quite an easy thing to do. You just scan the barcode, and then you've got like different options on the screen. You can click, like, say if the customer's in, you click customer, then tap to sign, and they sign. If they're not in, then you click on the machine what you're doing with the parcel, whether if there's like a safe place you can leave it, or if you've left it with the neighbour, or if there's like absolutely nothing you can do, or if it's a parcel that has to be signed for, then it'll come up on the machine and tell you, and you just put it back in the car and don't deliver it till the next time. Till the next day you go, and then you go again, and you obviously see if they're in. And you know, I'll admit it's quite fun. It's not alternatively what I want to do. I don't get anything out of it. Like, I don't get any cash. I just did it I just did it purely to help him out and see what it was like, if ever I started when I start driving, if it's something that I could possibly potentially do in the future, that type of
Okay.
thing. And that's pretty much as far as it goes, really. There was
Oh,
no, like I say, I'm not getting anything out of this. It was just it was just a little something for me, really, to go ahead and do. Just to help him out, I ideally want to obviously focus with my music mainly, and try and turn that more into a job. But as of sort of right now, I just sort of thinking that I'd give him a hand just to see how it goes, and how it all works, really. That's the whole big and bare of it. So we're working on this house. Not my most favourite house. It's a little bit compared to some of these. It's not my favourite house. I don't mind it. I've built better, but it's not something that I would knock down because it looks bad. It's just, I potentially, but I tend to sort of go for different styled houses. But this one got sent to me by a friend. This one wasn't one that I chose. I like it, but in terms of like the way the house
not gonna
is
lie,
in
mate.
real, there's not much you can really do on Minecraft, if that makes sense, to go ahead and do it. So you guys may not know, but this map is a year and 10 months old. This city is nearly 2 years old. Now, that's crazy that this map is nearly 2 years old. Like, we've nearly been working on this map for 2 years. Despite little breaks and little doubts about it, we've still always been doing something on this map, whether it's creating a park drive, whether it's building a house, or whether it's just showing someone round the map. We've always been doing something on here in the 2 years nearly that it's been on the go. And I just can't believe that this map's nearly gone 2 years already. And it's absolutely like humongous. The map is
Yeah.
absolutely huge. There's like different projects all over, and it is currently in the process of having a little bit of a fix up. Um, but I can't believe it's nearly 2 years old. Like, as if like I've been on this map 2 years, which also means I've nearly been on this account 2 years as well. Um, I do kind of in a way miss the other one. Be nice to go back and see some of the old Minecraft maps on there, especially the Lost on an Island map. I'd do anything to get that house back, because that was the best thing I ever created on like a survival map. I'd say about 60% of it in survival, and then when the series came to an end, because I liked the house so much, just for quickness, I decided to carry the rest of it on in creative and make it like a big mountain hotel. And it was just rooms upon rooms upon rooms of
Oh,
um
yeah.
of different different like rooms and different walkways, and there was like rooms for people to keep dogs. It was really sick. I honestly like nothing was planned. Like when I started the series for Lost on an Island, it was just a beginning thing. I just generated a normal map, and I literally spawned right near this mountain, and I literally went down a little bit of a dip. It was like a few like grass blocks, like a little bit of a hill almost, and it just went into a little indent thing, and there was about 3 pieces of coal, and then behind that coal was just like stone, and it was kind of like a biggish tall mountain. So when I was doing the series, or when I started the series, I kind of said that I'd just break into this mountain and make it a little shelter for now. And then as the series went on, I just kind of kept breaking into the mountain, making little rooms, adding upstairs. And then before I knew it, the map had the
Oh,
house
when
had
I got
just
there,
gone
yeah.
absolutely insane. But
Oh,
it'd be so good to go back and look on that
oh,
map. Like I so wish that I could go back to that map now, but that map's long gone. There's no way I could ever get that map back now. I don't think, which is a little bit of a shame because like I say, it really truly was such It really truly was such an amazing map. Like, it would have been so sick to be able to... It would have been so sick to be able to create that, to be able to go back on that map again. Plus, I had my old Noble City map as well, which got quite big. It got semi-big. It probably got about half the size of this. Now, back then that was big because obviously this hadn't obviously been created, but back then it got big, but it didn't get as big as what this is now. But we spent a good 6 to 8 months on it. I started it in something like May time, and then when I started this map in the sort of like January time of the next year, was when I gave up that map because I didn't have the account, obviously. So it was a bit of a good sort of 6 to 8 months on the map, maybe just a bit less. Obviously, it was quite good though. I mean, you had like from May to sort of January time, which was, obviously, like I say, quite good. And it had some good features on it. It worked in a way pretty similar to how this map works. There was like your normal skyscraper area. There was then your shopping area. There was a housing area, and then there was a seaside area. And just going down the middle of the city, there was like a highway. And the highway, like each turn off from the highway went to a different part of the city. So I started constructing the downtown area, which was like all the skyscrapers, and then just coming off from the downtown area, there was like a road which went over a bridge, and then underneath the bridge was the highway, and that highway like run right down to the seaside, and then if you didn't go on the highway and went straight on, you went past the stadium, which was just outside the downtown area. And then there was a few, like, shops, but kind of like, kind of like SBSC-styled things and sort of like, what would you call it? Sort of like SBSCs and... like kind of like warehouse kind of stores, a bit like a B&Q. There was also like a diner. And then I attempted my first ever roundabout, which I don't think it was completely even, but it worked for me. And then there was a road which went down a hill, because you see, when I started Noble City, we didn't have the custom super flat worlds. So if you wanted to build something, let's say like a subway, underneath with train tracks and that, you had to build your cities up in the air. So I had the downtown area up in the air, and then I made a road go down to the ground, which was where the housing area was. And the housing area was probably the most shockingest, worst part of the map, but at the same time it featured some of the best buildings in the map. Now back in Noble City, I didn't care who built on the map. I just wanted to make that city look big. So squeakers would join, and they'd say, "Hey, can I build a house?" And then I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, show them a space, build a house," just for the sake of getting the map bigger, without really like thinking, whether they look good or not. And sometimes I knew they didn't look that good, and I just went, "Oh well, it'll do." And the map, did get pretty big. It had some pretty sick skyscrapers in it. But some of them could have done to have been a little bit better, and possibly even more so, like if we were to look back at it now, of course. And obviously the seaside area was the smallest part, because that was kind of a future project. That was like towards the sort of end of the city, if that makes sense, where I started constructing that. It was more the downtown area and the housing area that got big. There was also an industrial area, which was quite good. It had a few factories in there, and it had some pretty decent stuff. The highway also went past there too. And then there was like a shopping area, which, had some pretty decent shops in it. Also had a sort of like interchange train station. It also had a bus station. It had a shopping centre. And then it had like some streets. And the thing is as well, is you could get to the shopping area without going on the highway as well. There was like a big street what kind of took you down from the downtown area, and it like took you like past a load of like row of shops, and then it like came into the shopping area, but you could get there by the highway as well, and it worked out pretty sick. It was definitely like in terms of the way it was planned for like where everything went into place. It definitely worked well that way, but it didn't. Some of the buildings just could have done to have been a little bit more better, if that makes sense, and stuff like that. But it was good. It was a shame to see it go, but then this one just started turning out even more better for me. So, and now I'm like quite settled on this account. Really, no reason to like. I wouldn't go off this account now. Even if I was ever to get the other one back, I wouldn't like start using that one again. I would go. I would, use this one still. Just a sec, guys. Some little Scottish noggins come in shouting his mouth about. Lol. So yeah. So there was no part drive yesterday, guys, just in case some of you guys didn't see yesterday's stream where I explained why. Simply, if you guys don't know about what you build, what do I build? I build houses. I build a city basically. That's pretty much what I construct. I construct a city. Stuff like that. I'm not really into creating mini games and PvP maps. That they don't interest me that much. I prefer doing things like houses and cities. But yeah, if you guys don't know, the second Thursday of every month, we usually go out for a meal. We usually go to a place called Wings, which is an all-you-can-eat buffet. And we have a bit of a lads' night. Me and my dad go. Some of my dad's friends. We just, we all go in, obviously, in the car, and, we obviously set off, and then we pick someone up at Cranswick, which is a village just outside our town. Then we go through to Beverley and pick another person up, and then we go on to Hull, to the restaurant. Can you build UHC games? I've never tried. Like I say, I mainly do cities and stuff like that, so... I've done pixel arts before. I like pixel arts, but in terms of games don't really interest me. I'm not that interested in building them, to be honest. I don't find them that interesting. I'm not one for Redstone either. Redstone doesn't interest me. Like, I like what Redstone can do, but I don't like touching it. I don't like building things out of it.
Yeah, you got me for that.
Yeah, I usually use my friend Ant for that. But no, I'm more of a city person, building like houses and skyscrapers and shops, you know. You have PC. No, I have a laptop, but it doesn't really work that well. I actually need somebody who's sort of in there with computers in the mind, who knows their stuff about computers, to actually like give me some advice about mine or have a look at mine, because my laptop's completely messed up at the moment. It doesn't work that well. For example, like it's got viruses on it, which I know, but it won't like, what happened to the Friday live show, mate. What happened to the Friday live show? The Friday live show kind of have stopped doing it just for a while. Oh, I've just realised something and all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done this wrong. I can't believe I actually went ahead and did this. Like, how stupid of me. I just went ahead and did the footpath wrong. So I'm gonna have to like just make the footpath a bit shorter there. That's better like that. Yeah, the Friday live show, I've stopped it for a while because I want to make it better, if that makes sense. Like, the Friday live show was good. It got a lot of views and stuff like that. But I want to make it more better than it was because I don't feel it was. I don't feel like, in terms of the way it was planned, on my end, I don't think it was that good. I don't like the background of where I did where I did the Friday live show. Like, just sat in my bedroom. Like, I pictured a Friday live show like having a studio background, and do you know what I mean? Like having a bit more of a professional setup rather than just me sat on my bed playing music from a Bluetooth speaker and answering live stream questions. Like, like, I want to have like proper equipment. I want to have like, like the sound quality like proper good. I want to have like the like stuff popping up on the stream, like, like and share buttons and stuff like that. I picture the live show like to be a lot better than it is, and I just feel like at the moment it was a little bit, and like the internet was not that good for it since we changed internet companies, and I had a lot of Facebook issues, like not being able to stream properly, like getting errors, and then like the stream stopping halfway through, and then like for some, or like halfway through MCing, like the song starts buffering. I want to do it more professionally, if that makes sense. Like, I think something like that needs a little bit more time and thought. It was good, but do you know what I mean? Too many tripping the P, bro. How you change the welcome? Ask me anything and please sub. Oh, that's quite easy. If you've got a PS4, you click the options button. You go to the broadcast. Like if you were to stop streaming, then you go, instead of stopping the stream, you go to broadcast settings, I believe. Then I think you go to advanced settings, and then you go to message to spectators, and you can change the welcome, ask me anything. You can also change the colour as well, so it's in a different. So it can be in like blue or green. It can be in red, purple. I'm pretty sure you get the point. You can change it to say a lot of different things. You can put whatever you want in there. If you get real clever, you can do something with Wisebot, and say like when someone like comments on the stream at the side, you can have an automatic message where it'll say like, welcome to Network Studios live stream, please subscribe if you're new. And if someone like subscribes or something, you can also set things so like a song plays, or like a little bit of a celebration tune, like you have a new subscriber type thing. But you've got to get like really technical, and you've got to do some like stuff on your PS4 web browser, and you've got to sign up and make some accounts or something. Not something I've really like looked into. I used to have Wisebot before, like just to simply and basically set up your, so like you have a message at the side of your screen telling you that like someone's joined, if that makes sense. But there's loads you can do like to these streams. This is just basic what I've got going on mine.
I had to remove my headset, Kelly. Hey. I had to remove my headset.
So
Still
yeah.
don't understand the word of not shouting down the headset.
Who, me?
No.
Amir?
The guy's playing GTA.
Oh, right. I don't hear them. They muted me because I was streaming. Lol. So yeah, guys. Yes, guys. So that is how you do it. That is how you do it. So anyway, as I was going back to before, the reason why there wasn't a part drive is we go out for a meal, usually the second Thursday of every month, and a few lads go. We have like a lads' night. We go and pick them up, and then we just have a bite to eat, couple of pints, and then come back home. And pretty
Oh,
much,
thank you.
my dad's been ill recently, so we couldn't go last week because he wasn't allowed to drive. Um, However, this week we were able to go, which is the third week of this month, the third Thursday. But usually it's the second Thursday. Now, Thursdays are usually a
Oh,
part drive day. So on the second Thursday of every month, there won't be a part drive because I will be going out for a spot of lunch. It's kind of like a lads thing. Just get out, have a little, chat, a laugh, a few drinks. It's mainly a bite to eat, but you just have, 2 pints or so while you're there. I have done it. Oh, good, good. Glad you've done it. And that's, pretty much how it goes, really. How it goes, how it flows. How many subscribers you have? I have about. Do I have over 150 now? I can't remember. I'm like 100, maybe something like 146 or something like that. I can't remember offhand. I'll have a look now. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I'm 155. So, yeah, I'm 155 at the moment. I have another channel called MC Noble. If you want to give that a subscribe, it's completely up to you. Depends how much, whether you're into music or not. But pretty much my main sort of hobby slash turning it into a career. I'm an MC, which I take like a backing track, or like a funky house beat, and I pretty much do like an MC over it like a rap. I basically just like rhyme in time over the track with like things what come into my head. So like 1, 2, 3, I'm the best MC. Check 1, 4, it's me at your door. But like put it into a rhyme and a rap and make just a simple song out of it. And I've kind of become semi big from it on Facebook, but I also do it on YouTube as well. So if you want to give it a sub, I just put the offer out there as I'm, like I say, trying to make it into a little bit more of a career. I got my first gig a couple of weeks ago, and I want to make it so that I get more, if that makes sense. I don't want to, I want it to carry on. It was fun. It was a buzz. So, like, that's why I'm trying to, like, get people to sub to that as well, to try and help me get a bit bigger and stuff like that. So, it's up to you, bro. It is completely up to you. What is the question? Okay. Boom. Um, you little chicken nuggets. Lol. Oh no, you like chicken nuggets. Yeah, I do. I
right.
like the ones from McDonald's, definitely. Um, they're nice. I've actually started to prefer them to burgers at McDonald's, actually. Get like one of them 20 chicken nugget share boxes, but obviously you don't share them. And you have the whole 20 to yourself. And then
Obviously.
you get like ketchup dip, and you get like obviously chips, and I think they go down pretty well. Coca-Cola, love Coca-Cola, absolutely love Coca-Cola. But I want you, I want you to comment down below what you think my favourite drink is, because I have a favourite drink, a drink that I can't live without, and I want you to see if you know what it is. Now, I'm pretty sure Ant here in the party might know what it is, but he knows that in what the actual my favourite drink is. He knows that I like it, but he might think that something else is my favourite drink instead of that. But who knows?
Fuck off. You're a milkman.
But if you know what it is, then you can go ahead and comment what you think it might be.
It's a milkman.
See what you can come up with. This is something that I really love. So yeah, actually, to be fair, I wouldn't say I like it, but I would say I'm addicted to it. Like, I literally like You know, like if people don't have a cigarette, they can go in a bad mood and they can crave for it. Like I crave for milk. Like I literally crave for milk so bad.
Told you it was milk. Told you it was milk.
Yeah, it is. It's milk. But yeah, I crave for it so bad. Um, yeah, I literally do crave for it so bad. Actually, now I'm talking about it. I might go and get a glass in a minute. You see, the thing is, my milk addiction is a little bit, it actually is a milk and go shopping. She buys me my own 4 pint of milk just to put into glasses. Like, not for them. Like, she buys her milk for obviously like making cups of tea and coffee and stuff like that. But me, I get my own 4 pint of milk every single week, sometimes even twice a week if I go through that 4 pint of milk before the week's up. And that's just for me to put into glasses, put on my cereal, do whatever I want with it. Like, I could even take the carton upstairs and just drink it if I wanted to. Like, I get that carton of my own for me to do what I want to do with it, if that makes sense. So, like, that's how addicted to milk I actually am. That I literally can't live without it. I get my own 4 pinted carton to drink to myself, because if I didn't, I would use all their milk. So they have to get me my own, so I don't use all theirs. Because before they got me my own, I used to use all theirs in glasses. Like sometimes I'd have like 4, 5 pint glasses of milk a day, and that's like literally pints of milk. It's not. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like.
know them look though.
Like, I'd get a glass of milk and I'd get it in a pint glass. And I'd like sometimes get 4 glasses full of them milks, like, every single day. Like, as to how bad it gets. And that literally is how bad it gets. Like, that is as bad as it gets. I know it does. It really is weird, but that's literally true. Yo, welcome to the stream, my little friend. It was the release of Sims 4 today. I want to see if anyone's actually got it yet. I'm getting it. Like, I want it, but I don't know when I'm getting it, because I haven't had that much work this week. Well, I haven't, like, in general lately at the moment. So it's kind of a case of get Sims 4, and then that's like all my wages gone this week, and I can't do nothing else. Like, I can't go out to the pub or anything like that with any mates tomorrow, or I can wait. Like, I can go to the pub and then wait till next week. I can wait till next week, see if I get a bit more. But you see, the thing with Sims 4 for me is, or getting a game like that, is Sims 4 is possible. Sims 4, as you possibly know, is cheaper to buy it in the shop than on the store. If that makes sense. Like, say if you went to game and bought it in game, it's possibly cheaper in game than it is on the PlayStation Store. But the thing about that for me is I don't live in the same town where there is a game store, so I've got to catch the train or the bus to like where there's a game shop, if that makes sense. Now, if I do that, I'm spending more money on the train fare as well as the game. Whereas if I walked into town, I could get a gift card, and what I would pay in extra for the train and bus, it would go towards the gift card, and then I could get it on the store, if that makes sense. So, in other words, like, getting it in a shop, I'm still going to be, in a way, be about paying the same as I would be on the PlayStation Store, if that makes sense. So, like, it doesn't work out cheaper for me to get it in a shop rather than on the store, because I've got to pay for the train fare to get to a decent city where there is the store, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, like CEX, they don't obviously have the game. They probably won't have the game for a couple of days because they don't get new released games. They only get like
No.
they only get like they only get like the they only get like games what people have like handed in, like pre-owned, if that makes sense. So they possibly won't have that game in for a while, for like a couple of days until someone buys it, realizes they don't like it, and then takes it in to CEX and gets an absolutely shit price for it compared to what they paid for it, and then they'll sell it back on at quite an expensive price. Because it's a new game. They'll sell it more than they paid for it, let's say, and that'll be obviously the way it goes. So, yeah, it's out on console now, Xbox One, PS4. Looking forward to it. Definitely want it. I just don't know like when I'm gonna be able to get it, if that makes sense. It's a new game. I really want it. Like, it's not something that, because there's a lot of games that I fancy, but they don't come close to like something that I want on the day it releases. Like, some games I can like wait for, like, oh, it's an alright game, I won't mind giving it a try. But then there's like just games where you kind of like, I want that game so bad when it comes out, like that's gonna be a sick game. Kind of like the Isle of Man TT game. Like, that's a game that I want when it comes out, not something that, I'll just wait. It's not, I want it, but it's not that, I can just wait till it comes down in price. Like, that's not the case when it comes to, like, The Sims 4. I played The Sims 2 and The Sims 2 Pets on the PS2, and I used to play hours on end of that game. The Sims 2, I used to play absolutely, Sims 2 Pets mainly. I spent, like, a lot of my childhood days playing that game on the PS2, creating families and building houses, and you can do so much more on The Sims 4 that it would kind of be balmy not to do it, not to get the game when I'm like, I've always been a Sims fan. It's just I've never had a quick enough PC to play it on the PC, but it's going to be sick. I was a bit worried about the game at first, like whether I would want to get it or not, because I thought like it was going to be a lot like different to the PC. It was going to be so limited to where you can go and what you can do, because usually on the past Sims you've been kind of limited to just more or less staying at your house. I know the Sims 2 Pets you could take a walk to the park, but let's be honest, like the park wasn't really that interesting. All there really was a few benches, a water fountain, a hot dog stand, and some public toilets, and I think there was maybe a clothing store or something like that, and that was about it. There was nothing mental about the game, if that makes sense. There was nothing like that was mental about it. In terms of places you could go, and when you went to work it just filmed a time lapse of the front of your house till you came back. Like, I want to be able to do more in the game, and I think with The Sims 4 that is something that you can actually do. So yeah guys. So anyway, guys, I think we're going to leave the stream here. So please like, subscribe, comment, and we shall see you guys in the next stream.